Stuck on what decorations to make for your child's Toy Story party? Watch this video where I show you my exact steps on how I design my chip bags. So you're having a Toy Story party theme for your child's birthday, and you can't find any party decorations you want to use. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step guide that can be your go-to for customizing your child's birthday decorations. My tutorials have helped hundreds of moms out, teaching them how they can customize their child's parties without having to break the bank. So the software we're going to be using today is Silhouette Studio. For those of you that know my channel, know that I love making my party decorations in Silhouette Studio. So all you need to do is to download their software. It is free to download. Alright, so all we're going to do is we're going to go into Google and you just type in Silhouette Studio and let's find the link. The link is over here and we're going to click onto it. I'll also link this below the video, and it is silhouetteamerica.com/software. Alright, so we have the current version, which is the 4.1.479, and we are going to click onto Windows or Mac, whichever computer you have, and you just go through the process of downloading it onto your computer. Okay, so to get started, we need to open up our Silhouette Studio software. Now, I am using the Business Edition software. Now, this tutorial you can obviously do without having the Business Edition, but my tools and my layout might look a little bit different to yours, but you can still do the exact same steps using the standard free software. Now, all the templates and cliparts that I'll be using, you can find in the link in the description box down below. If you're new to Silhouette Studio, I have a 18+ page free ebook just for you on how to get started with Silhouette Studio. So feel free to grab that also in the link down below or on the right hand side of your screen. Now let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is to have my canvas the size that I am going to be printing on. So what do we need to do to get started? So you need to go on the right hand side here where it's like a little page with a little flap. You need to click onto that, and that is your page setup tab. Okay, and I like to change mine. Now I would obviously have an A4 size piece of paper because my printer is an A4, all right, and I'm in Australia, whereas in America you would probably use a US letter size. Okay, so whatever size you print with is the size that you would use as your canvas. Okay, so I hope that made sense. So this is the one here that you would use if you are in the US. Now I'm just going to go with that for now, but technically I would obviously use a A4 size. Now I want to change that to a landscape. Okay, and then the rest I will just leave as is. I'm just going to close that off. Now the next thing I like to do is import all of my templates and all of my clip art and my background, etc. So let's go ahead and download or import our templates. So I'm just going to go over here to library and we're going to click onto that. Okay, so all we're going to do is we are going to import our clip art and our templates into our library. Now if you haven't got any folders up yet, all you need to do is click onto your library, right click and hit new folder. But I've already got one set up for me. If I go down here, I've got one that's set up under templates and shapes, and then I have them underneath here. Now I'm just going to go right click and I'm just going to add a new one as like a subfolder to my template shapes folder, and I'm just going to change that to chip bag. All right, now once you have found your templates for the chip bags, you will look like something similar to this once you've obviously unzipped the folder. To unzip the folder, all you need to do is right click, hit extract all, and you will be able to almost open up or unzip that folder once you have downloaded that. Okay, and then you'll look like something like this, and all I'm going to do is click shift key onto, or sorry, I'm going to hit the control key, and I'm just going to click on every single one to highlight them so I can import all of those all at once. So I'm just going to click and I'm going to drag that into my Silhouette Studio icon and make sure that it's on your folder that you're wanting to import it. And you see how you got that little arrow in blue and it says move. So you can either hit it there or you can go over here, and you're just going to release your button, and it's going to now start importing all of those templates. Now the next thing I'm going to do is import my clip art for my Toy Story. Now just bear in mind that you can do this for any theme that you want to. I'm just doing a tutorial on on Toy Story because that was a requested printable in my Facebook group. Okay, so I'm going to be adding these chip bags to my blog, which you're welcome to download for free, but I'm also going to be showing you how you can make it yourself. All right, so all we're going to do is, I actually don't have a folder for my Toy Story, so I'm just going to go back up here, and I'm going to right click and hit new. And let's go down to the bottom. There it is there. And I'm just going to type in Toy Story. All right. And that is going to be my new folder. All right. So now all I'm going to do is find my clip art and drag that in. Okay. So this is the clip art that I'm going to be using. I haven't quite decided yet on which ones I'm going to be using, but I'm just going to import them all, and I'm just going to go with the flow and see what I like. So make sure it's gone to a move, and I'm just going to go over here, and I'm just going to import all of those clip arts. It'll just take a few seconds and it will show up. Okay, and there we go. There is all our clip art. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the background layer that I'm going to be using as a background for my chip bag, and I decided I'm going to go with this one over here. All right, so I'm just going to right click, and I'm just going to merge that into my design, and there it is there. All right, so it is actually a fairly big file, which is awesome. That's what you want. I have another in-depth video on frequently asked questions about clip art, which I will also link below for you. All we're going to do is, I'm just going to click onto it, and I'm just going to drag this to the size of my design. Okay, so about there. Let's just bring you a little bit further down, a bit further out. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. I am just going to slice it off there and slice it off there. So let's just go over here to our slicing tool, and I'm just going to go with a straight edge. So keep it as a straight edge, and I'm just going to hold the shift key because the shift key kind of keeps it straight. All right, and I'm just going to go here off the canvas, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to go all the way down and release, and I'm going to do the same on this side. Click and release, and then hit the move tool, the select tool, and I'm going to click onto that and delete, click onto that and delete, and there is our, I might have maybe cut off just a little bit too much than I should have, but that's okay. Let's just drag you further out to about there. Okay, now the next thing I like to do is bring in my template of the chip bag, and then I'll work around that. Okay, so I'm just going to go over here to the library, and I'm just going to go over here to my templates, and I'm going to go with probably my, now you probably can't see it, but it is there. All right, and I'm just going to right click, and I'm going to merge that into my design, and there it is there. All right, about there. So all this does is pretty much just give me a guideline on what is at the back of my chip bag and what's going to be in the front of my chip bag. Okay, and then when I actually print it, I'm actually going to probably delete most of the template. Okay, so it's mainly there as a guide for me. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to bring in my barcode. So let's bring you in. There it is there. And I'm just going to click, and I'm just going to drag and make you a lot smaller to about there, and let's pop you, say, there, and hit enter, or select off, sorry. And I'm going to just bring in my nutrition label. So let's merge that too. There it is there, and it is huge. So let's drag you down. Okay. Now let's drag you all the way down to about there, and let's pop you in about there. Might just make you slightly bigger. Okay, and then you can go about there. All right, let's see what else I want to bring in. Now you can bring in the crimping tool, the crimping effect if you wanted to. There it is there. I might just drag you a little bit further down. That can just give you that look of a crimping effect, but you don't obviously need to use that if you don't want to. I'll just place that in there anyhow, and then we can see how it looks and then just delete it afterwards if we need to. All right, now I think I might have just done it. Yep, there we go. Okay, and then bring you up, and you see this little line that that's going across there. That's telling you that's the top of where you would do the crimping effect almost. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's keep going. Now I'm going to go back to my Toy Story. Here you are here, and I am going to bring in some clip art. Let's go with, say, this one here, and I'm going to right click and merge that in there. And there it is there. All right, it's a bit small, but let's have a look and see if we can. Oopsie. Just go back. Let's just bring you here. You know what, I'm actually not liking those, so I might take those off, I think. Let's just bring you in there. Doesn't matter if it kind of goes over. Okay, there we go. I'm not really liking those things there. All right, let's see what else we've got. Maybe this one here, right click, merge. All right, let's see if that one will work. All right, I'm just going to pop you to the side and let's bring you in. This one here I think we'll be able to make it slightly a bit bigger. All right, yeah, there we go. I'm just thinking if I should maybe put in just going to send you to the back. All right, so then I can at least work with this one. Let's just see if we can maybe we want to bring that to about there. Yeah, okay, I'm preferring that. So let's just bring you about there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click onto you, and I'm just going to right click and duplicate, and I'm just going to make you so that you match up there and hit enter. All right, and then I will just cut you. So let's just cut you. About there. All right, and then let's do the same on this side. You just need to obviously make sure that it matches up. All right, let's just go further down right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to slice that side too. And let's select that. Okay, so all right, so I'm happy with that. I preferred it to look there, and then we can actually just do a little border on both sides. All right, so let's just bring you up to about there, and you can go down. Now we're just going to add in our border that goes around there. So, all right, I'm just going to go with a full box that's going to go right around. This will be so much easier. Okay, I'm then going to there it is there. Let's change the color of that box to, let's say, this blue. All right, yes, okay, we're going to go with the blue, but now I'm going to go right click and I'm going to send to back. All right, like there. All right, and then let's bring in some of my other stuff. So let's just go back to the library, and let's say that the child is going to be 4. All right, now this obviously has a white background. So how do we remove that white background? We're going to go over here to trace panel, and we're going to trace around that like so, and then all I'm going to do is hit trace and detach, and then you'll notice that that can be deleted and that can be deleted, and there is our design without the board, without the white box around it. Okay, so let's just bring you into about, say, there, and I'm just going to go right click, and I'm just going to send backwards and send backwards. Actually, let's just do this and bring that forward, bring to the front. Okay, and then now all we're going to do is write in the name of our person. All right, so let's just close that off there. Now I just want to pop in my person's name, and then it's going to say whatever the person's name is, the child's name is for. Okay, so I'm just going to put in my son Cody. Now I don't have the font for Toy Story, but I'm just going to go with something that I think will kind of match. So I'm just going to go over here, and I am going to go with, let's just go over here, a font called Future Condense Extra. I'm going to go with that, and I'm just going to go over here, and I'm just going to type in C. All right, and it's capital letters. All right, then I'm going to do one at a time. That way I can kind of get an idea of how this is looking. All right, so that's going to be that, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to change that color to this really dark, like a darker orangey color. All right, and I'm just going to make that, let's just make that a slightly bit thicker. So let's go with 3 and see how that looks. Okay, maybe a little bit less. So let's make it 2. All right, awesome. And then I'm just going to do an offset around that. So to do an offset, all you need to do is go over here to the star and click onto that. And we're just going to go with a normal offset, but I'm wanting to make that offset, say, let's try 100 and apply. And then I am just going to change the color of that to this blue. And then I'm just going to make sure that my outline is also the blue. All right, and there it is there. All right, and I'm just going to group that together because they're all different layers. All right, so if you pull one apart, you'll see how they're not together. All right, so you want to group it together. So let's go here and group together. And I'm just going to make you bigger by going there. And let's go there. All right, so that is my C. Now I'm going to do the rest all O-D-Y, because then I can at least do it all together. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm going to keep it as that, and I'm going to go O-D-Y. Sorry, O-D-Y. All right, and I'm going to change, this is all going to be that, and then remember we changed that color to that orangey color. Okay, and we just made that to say 2, and then we want to do an offset. So let's go to offset, and let's bring you down to say 80. Apply, there it is there. Okay, and then we're going to go here, and we're going to change that color to the color that we previously used, and there. All right, and then let's just make you the same size. Whoopsie, let's go back. Let's go over here and group it all together, and let's just bring you out to about there. All right, so let's just see how this is looking. So I might just, all right, I might just put that there, like there, and I'm going to take this 4 and put that 4, so let's move you backwards, just move you to the front. Okay, and I might just make you a little bit smaller so it looks like she's actually kind of like leaning on it. Okay, like that there. All right, and then I'm going to just put here Cody is, I'll put the actual letters is. So that one I'm just going to make in, let's just do that in like red. All right, so I'm going to keep it the same, and I'm just going to do this in small letters like that. And this one I'm actually going to do in, say, a red. Let's see if we can find a nice red. Let's go with that red there. Okay, and yep, I'm happy with that. Let's bring you in there. Cody is 4. And then we're just going to add in our wording that's going to go over there. Now I'm just going to go over here and let's just keep it at those, and I'm just going to go over here and I'm just going to start typing and just say thank you for coming to my party. Now once again, you can obviously change that to whatever you want to. Now I'm just going to make that to go in the center like there, and let's just shrink you down and let's bring you in here. Once again, you've got those lines there as a guide. Okay, and I might actually, this time I'm actually going to put an offset probably around that just to make it look, but I'm going to make it a lot smaller. Let's make it 50. All right, and then I'm just going to go here. Let's just change it to white and white. Okay, lovely. All right, and then we can you can then add, let's just right click, duplicate that and duplicate that. Go over here. Let's just highlight all of that, those two things, and I'm just going to group that so it becomes one layer, and I'm just going to shrink that down and pop you in, say, there. All right, so it just says thank you for coming to my party, Cody. All right, and that is it. Now don't forget that this and this is going to be at the back. So if you want to add like a little clip art, you can almost add this one here. Let's just drag you down, or you can add it almost there if you wanted to, wherever you want to add it. Let's just click, and I might just bring you to the front. Bring to the front. All right, and there you go. All right, if you wanted to go ahead and change these details on this side here, where I do get a fair few comments asking me that. Now I'll just show you it again. Say for instance you're wanting to change this here. All right, all you need to do is go over here. All right, click onto your rectangle shape and go here, and then I would change the color to match the same color as my let's see what's happening here. I would change the color to be the same. All right, and then make sure that your outline is the same, and there it is there, and let's just bring you there. Okay, and there we go, it's hidden it, and all you need to do now is to click onto your fonts, and then you can type over that. So let's just go here and let's just go with black. And you can say, let's just reduce that size to say 12 and say, you are my superhero, whatever, I don't know. And let's just bring you in there. All right, I would just need to change the outline of that to be black. Okay, so that's how you would change that. All right, so all you do is just add a box, and now you can do the same thing. So let's just click onto that box. I'm just going to duplicate that box and bring it down, and you can just bring that down. All right, and bring that to say there. Let's just bring you further down again until it kind of, and then you want to just bring it there and there. Okay, and then you can write on top of that. All right, so that's how you would do that if you wanted to. Okay, but I'm going to go with what it already says on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all of those, and let's just zoom back out again. All right, and that is it. Like I said, you can add in the crimping effect. So let's just see how that crimping effect will look now on top of a blue background. I think it might look a little bit better. So let's just go right click and let's just merge you in there. All right, so yeah, that actually looks quite nice now. All right, so let's do the next one. Here it is here. Right click and merge that one. All right, and there we have it. Okay, and then that is pretty much it on how you can make a Toy Story chip bag in Silhouette Studio. So then what I would do is I would actually just group it all together so that it is now one all layer, and now you can move the design freely. All right, The other thing I would do throughout my whole process is, of course, save my file. So how do we save it? We go File and we go Save As, and I'm just going to save to my library. Okay, and I would just find where my Toy Story, which is over here. What I like to do is right click, new folder, and I like to put in like customers or orders or whatever you want to put in there, and that's just where I would put it in. So I wouldn't put it in where all my clip art and that is. Okay, and it's gonna be Toy Story chip bag, and hit OK. So when I get orders or anything, I normally do most of my designing in Photoshop, but if you're wanting to start off by using Silhouette Studio, you can then just use this as your main template, and then you would just reuse this template over and over with selling. Okay, so that is how you make that. Now, all you would then do is a file, and then we would go, I would normally go page setup, print page setup, and make sure that my size of my paper is the same size as what I've got on my canvas. Okay, but then also bearing in mind, you need to make sure that that size is what you can print with your printer. Okay, then once you've done that, you then can go ahead and go print. All right, or you can just hit the print button over there. Alrighty, and that's it. So let's have a look and see how this is going to look as a mock-up. So now I've just got like a really basic mock-up, which I thought might be helpful for some of you to visualize how it's going to look. All right, so we just make this to the size of our design. Okay, and then you can kind of give this to your friends, or give this to the client, and so they can kind of understand how it's going to look. All right, so there it is there. Let's just drag you further down. Okay, and then I can then group all of that together and save that. So that is how it will initially look when it is assembled. Okay, now if you're wanting to do the back side, all you need to do is, oh, hang on, let me just go back a second. Just move you to the side. I just need to group all of this together. Okay, group it all together. Let's bring you to the left. All right, and I'm just going to right click and duplicate you, and I'm going to bring you to the right. It's probably going to be a bit of fiddling around, but we can figure it out. All right, so let's bring you in to about there, and then let's bring you in to about there. Now there would probably be a slight bit of a white that goes around, and also it will kind of cut off slightly because of the way it will be folded. All right, and then that's what you would do, and then you can either just slice it off there and slice it off there, but bearing in mind that is your original copy, so make sure that you go back. Okay guys, now you know exactly how you can make your own chip bags in Silhouette Studio. And to make it a little bit more easier for you, I have put together a basic start guide that has all the steps on getting started with Silhouette Studio, which you're welcome to download. The link is below. Also, if you want to join a community of DIY party planners just like you, I have a private Facebook group where we share party ideas, tips and tricks to help you plan your next child's birthday party. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below, subscribe and share it with your friends and family. And comment below if you found this video helpful and what your biggest takeaway was from this video. I love seeing your comments. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care.